Lilo and Stitch. This is a movie that is coming out based off of the popular animated movie, and it's a live action film. And they debuted a bunch of different footage at D23 and other things. And there's been some buzz for this movie, man. And it's really the next big kids movie after Minecraft. So how's it going to do? Well, apparently it's tracking to outgross Snow White's entire box office in one weekend. Comic book movie says, or this is comic book, .com, who says early box office projections for the live action Lilo and Stitch indicate that the film will be a massive hit when it opens over Memorial Day weekend. According to Deadline, tracking data estimates the film will earn $100 million domestically just in its first 3 days. That would probably be enough to beat Mission Impossible. Wow. The Final Reckoning, which also debuts Memorial Day weekend for the top spot on the charts. But Deadline notes that the action sequel is poised for a strong start of its own. Right now, projections have it starting a new franchise record for the biggest opening, surpassing 2018's Mission Impossible Fallout, $61 million. Lilo and Stitch's projected debut would be a much-needed rebound for Disney, which is coming off of Snow White's disappointing box office run. As of this writing, that live-action remake has only grossed $82 million domestically. If these estimates hold, Lilo and Stitch would actually post one of the biggest debuts ever for a live-action Disney remake, trailing only The Jungle Book, which is 103.2, Beauty and the Beast, 174, and The Lion King, 191. Depending on how high it goes, it could pass Jungle Book. Although Snow White won the box office its opening weekend, it got off to a rough start with only $42.2 million domestically. Marred by controversies, mixed reviews, the film did not have strong legs and lost the top spot to Jason Statham's vehicle, Working Man, in its second weekend. To date, Snow White has earned $182.3 million globally against a $270 million production budget. It's too early for reactions for Lilo and Stitch to be out, but the film seems to be in a much better place than Snow White at this stage of its marketing campaign. Disney has made sure to highlight the adorably destructive Stitch in a promotional material, illustrating how it could be a refreshing change of pace for the studio's live-action remakes. Audiences are responding well to the director's approach, raising anticipation for Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch opens as strong as the estimates suggest. It would be a great development for Disney. Snow White wasn't the only studio's box office disappointment this year. Captain America: Brave New World became one of the lowest grossing MCU installments. It only took a Minecraft movie 2 weekends to surpass it as 2025's top film. Additionally, early box office estimates for Thunderbolts, which kicks off the summer movie season, it says it will have a soft debut with a range of $70 million. The 1-2 punch of Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning could be just what those theaters need. We'll start with that. That's fine. This is good news for Disney if you're the execs that this is tracking. And I said this with Roka. I said this with you. I said it a million times over. This is the time that Disney needs their family films to come out, because you look at what Minecraft did. It really is the only game in town for kids to see, for families to see, and Lilo and Stitch is the next one. No, I think How to Train Your Dragon might be the next one, right? How to Train Your Dragon might be the next one. I'm not sure, but Lilo and Stitch still. The fact that it's coming out is another family movie for. You gotta stop this. You gotta stop. So nothing. I'm just talking to myself here. You gotta stop. So when it comes to the box office,
Are you well?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just annoyed. When it comes to box office, when it comes to projections, it's a matter of, can you get the families in the theater? Can you get the kids in the theater? And that's what they did with Inside Out. Mm-hmm. That's what they did in general. It is really working overall. So this is big news for them, and they do need it, because you look at what happened with Captain America. You do look what happened with Snow White. But what do you make of this news, Roxy? You think it's going to be a massive hit or what?
It's kickoff time. What's that mean? It means the tax season is here, everybody. I know it's not the most exciting time. I get it. But it is a great opportunity to make some smart money moves. What is KIKOFF? They are the #1 credit building app in the App Store, and plans start at just $5 a month. There's no credit check. There's no hidden fees. There's no interest. For me, it's all about building my credit. I'm trying to get some stuff going this year with my family. It's why I moved. We're trying to be first-time owners. And in order to do that, you got to build your credit. So for me, That is what I'm looking for. For KIKOFF, I heard about them. We found out about them. The way that works with sponsors is like, do you think this would be a right fit for your show? And I said, would it be ever? I mean, are you kidding? And it changed my credit quick because I just did the work. Because if your credit is under 600, you could jump to like 84 points with on-time payments. KIKOFF is very smart. It's a legit credit hack. It's got no catch. It's got no credit check. It's got no hidden fees, and it has no interest. It's simple. You make on-time payments. Credit bureau sees good behavior, which can mean that your credit grows fast. So the beauty of it is that you can start building credit right away with your first month free with our special tax season promo. With AutoPay, you never have to worry about missing a payment, so you can build credit in your sleep. You sign up in minutes from your phone. There's no credit check. You cancel any time. It's the #1 credit building app out there. It has over 10,000 positive reviews on the App Store, and 98% of them 5 stars. So tax season is the perfect time to take control of your financial future. For a limited time, get your first month free at getkickoff.com/Kristian. Do not wait. That is kickoff without the C. Get your first month free at KIKOFF.com/Kristian. So you must sign up via getkickoff.com/Kristian to activate this offer. Offer applies to new customers, first month only. Individual results may vary, subject to approval. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions may apply. KIKOFF credit score starts at $5 a month for 12 months. Average first year credit score impact of plus 84 points. Vantage score 3.0 but between January 2023 and January 2024. For KIKOFF credit account users who started with a score below 600, who paid on time and had no delinquencies or collections added to their credit profile during the period. Late payments may negatively impact your credit score.
Yeah, I think they did something really smart here. So in 2010, I found a man named Dean Fleischerkamp. He did my favorite YouTube series ever, which was called Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. And then he went on and adapted that for the big screen. And it was my favorite movie of 2 years ago. As you know, Kristian, your parting gift to me, which I forced you to give me, was a little Marcel. That man is the director of this Lilo and Stitch live action movie. He more than understands how to deal with live action characters mixed with creatures. Obviously, Marcel is not the same kind of animation as Stitch is,
right?
But he understands how to get to the heart, how to adapt something for the big screen. I just think he could not have been a more perfect choice for this. When prior to him being announced as part of the project, I was feeling like, why are we doing a Lilo and Stitch live action? That one's kind of weird. But the second they said his name, I was like, man, I am so sold on this. Obviously, I'm not the target demo, but the fact that I am so excited for this means that a lot of people are so excited.
Yeah, and that's what makes it work, right? It's like you've got to market towards families, you market towards kids, but you got to get everybody interested. You got to everybody who wants to see it. And guess what? The people who grew up with Lilo and Stitch, the people who love to watch Lilo and Stitch and want to go see, oh man, I loved it. I loved it growing up. I love it in general when I turn it on. And he's pretty much kind of like a dog. He's like a dog. He's an alien, sure, but he's a dog. People love dogs, and he plays like a dog. I know. I get it. He's not a dog. But he looks like a dog, sounds like a dog. It reminds me of my pug.
You heard it here first. Kristian called Stitch a dog.
I know. Oh my God. Can you believe it? But what it also makes me realize is that how silly the studios are in general, right? Because you look at this movie, which is going to be a live action hit based off the animated, yet they panicked and they said, cancel Tangled. Snow White, nobody wants to see it. Not paying attention to the reason why Snow White didn't work. And
I still haven't seen the movie. I heard the other day that actually it was a financial success. Is that not true?
It is not true. You read that on Collider, which
I think I did. It popped up on my thing, and I was like, "Wait, what is this about?"
It was not a financial success. What it was that it had the stat of like it was the top, like in the same way that it was the #1 movie of the weekend. It was like that. It's the
number one. Did it make its money back and then make money, or no?
No way it made its money back. There's no way. It cost like $200.
I'm so sick and tired of articles just not being clear about things. And you and I both have kind things to say about our time when we worked at Collider. I have kinder things to say than you.
No,
But
I for the website side of it and Frosty, never had an issue with it.
no, I
Actually,
know you didn't. Just
yeah.
you don't have the nicest things to say about Collider Live, and
Yeah.
I do. But I think that it's not just Collider; it's all of these websites where sometimes their articles are really confusing.
Yes, very, very. It was there that I saw that Instagram post. It was absolutely a spin. The movie cost over $200 million to make. It hasn't even made $185 million. It made $182 million.
How are you going to call that a success?
I'm telling you, when you look at the stats, the way they
Okay.
it was a spin. It was a spin on how they.
All right, well, weird spin, but I haven't seen it still. And obviously I haven't seen the Lilo and Stitch movie, but
Right.
it sounds like people didn't like the Snow White movie, and it sounds like the Lilo and Stitch movie is going to be good. So
I think it's what you said though, just before. You said you didn't necessarily have an interest in it, and then you found out who the director was, right?
Yeah.
And instantly, because you're not wrong, but that's not going to get everyone because not everybody has seen Marcel. Marcel's a great movie, but it's a slow movie. If you see it, you're 100% correct. He understands the assignment, and that got you excited. It just goes to show that when you have the right team involved, you can get people excited.
Yes.
And you also, and you have people who are promoting.
Has anybody seen Marcel the Shell that wouldn't be excited about this now? No,
Yeah.
I don't think a single person who saw that movie wouldn't be excited.
If you loved that movie, and I even saw someone in the chat go, I didn't realize I didn't put that together. Now I'm even more excited to see it. And that is because of, in the same way that, look, I don't love the fact of what they're doing with the new He-Man movie, putting him on Earth, right? But the only reason I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt is because of Travis Knight, who's directing it. He did a great job with Kubo. He did a great job with Bumblebee. So as much as I hate that creative decision, it's still Travis Knight. So I'm going, and I like the cast, and I like the images of the stuff in Attorney that I've seen. So I'm still going in, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
it'll be good because I trust in Travis Knight. If it was still on, like if it was like Len Weissman, who I'm not a fan of, like, right? I just don't think he's a good director. And if he was doing this, I'd be like, like it's Lilo and Stitch. If he was doing He-Man, I'm like, But because of all that, like you said, I think that's what people should be excited about.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I think that this movie is going to do very well. As they said, it's going to be one of the bigger movies. Now, as far as does it make does it catch on to do that billion? I don't know. I got to see what happens in 2025 and what kind of box office the theaters generate. I'm very curious to see. So.
In the way that I didn't go, I haven't seen Snow White. I'm not going to miss this movie. I'm going to see this movie in theaters.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely going to, and because it's summer season, right? And you're getting excited for it. And I think the ones that are going to hit, I'm telling you, Rox, are those family movies. They're the ones that you look at Minecraft and that hit. You look at this. I think Zootopia is going to hit. You're going to get How to Train Your Dragon. You're going to get these family-friendly movies that kids can go and watch. And if you can get everybody in there to see it, you're going to make some money.
Oh, Hannah means family. Family means never getting left behind.
Is
not
that
bad.
Stitch?
Not bad. That wasn't bad.
It wasn't terrible.
That my Yoda and my Stitch are the same, and it's just more.
Yeah, right. But that's more in
better
line
for Stitch.
Right. More in line of what he sounds like, for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
For the compliment?
Kind of. Yeah. Anyway. All right, listen to me. This is going to be a big movie. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is going to be a huge movie? Do you think it is going to be an okay movie? Do you think it is going to be, one of the ones that they predict, and what's the overall box office going to be for this one? I am so curious to hear what you guys think. Let me know. I got to know.